All right. All right, you guys, we are live here with another Kickstarter giveaway each and every weekday here at Daniel Dreamgazer. We are doing different giveaways and raffles. So it's almost every day, every weekday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we do giveaways. Today, we have a bonus comic raffle. We're giving away a comic book by one of my friends. I got a chance to meet online, Daniel Hancock, and yes, I know we're Daniel Comics, and his name is Daniel. But I met him online, and I came across his website, and I was thoroughly impressed with what he had. I mean, I felt like I was meeting like somebody that was like of a similar passions. He does comic books. He appreciates art. They do trailers for their comics. They like doing voices for their characters. And there's also another thing. I'll tell you about that in a moment. But let me show you a picture of the comic we're giving away today. Here you go. This is my copy of the digital comic Dominion, Fall of the House of Saul. As you can see, it's a story of King Saul and how he and his experience of God. And in this comic, it's actually done with animals. People call it anthropomorphic. So you got King Saul as a lion, like the animal kingdom. You got right here, you got Prophet Samuel as a raven. I like that. And so you got these different characters that are showcased in a really different way. What is anthropomorphic? Well, have you ever heard of you remember when Disney did the movie Zootopia? Zootopia had the characters as animals, but they were wearing like human clothes and stuff like that. You also had before you had Robin Hood, Disney's Robin Hood, where Robin Hood was a fox, and you had Little John was a bear. So that's an example of animals like being dressed up and acting like humans. And with this comic by Dr. Bell and by some other guys, as well as Daniel Hancock, you got these anthropomorphic characters, but it's a Bible story, and it's set in space, so it's sci-fi. So there's so many cool things happening here. They're doing a Bible story in a fresh, innovative way. I love when people do stuff like that. And so I was speaking to him online, and before I even mentioned anything to him about like giveaways or anything like that, he actually said, "Hey man, Daniel Hancock," he said, "Hey man, why don't you go ahead and give me your website, because I want to be able to purchase one of your comics." I was like, "Hey man, that's so cool." And I told him, "Hey man, the reason why I was reaching out to you is because I wanted to use your comic as a giveaway, because I really like what you got going on here. It's really cool. I like what you're doing here." Another thing they do is at the end of their comic, they do like a study guide, which I found also, again, like great minds think alike, because we do the same thing with ours. When you get in our comic book, this is our coloring book companion. At the back of our coloring book, we also do a study guide, and we also do thought questions. And what's interesting is that in their comic book, not only do they do their study guide, but they also have like those questions, those to make you reflect and to think. So they had 2 pages, one for study guide and one for reflection. And just like us, I was like, man, these guys are on point. I love what they're doing. So I wanted to give them a shout out by doing a raffle for this. And so let me pull up. Let me pull it up right now. We got our wheel here where we're going to spin for our backers, people who back our comic, back us on Kickstarter. They are put into the raffle, and we're going to spin to see who's going to win. And so everybody, every single person who backed our Kickstarter so far is entered into this raffle. So some of them are based on the level of tier. Some of them are if you did the physical comic. This one, no matter what level you back, even if it was $1, you are in the running to receive this comic book, Dominion: Fall of the House of Saul. And so right now what I'm going to do, we're going to show you how you can participate on Kickstarter. So if you go to danieldreamgazer.com, you'll see at the very top, get our latest book and exclusive content on Kickstarter. You click that and boom, you are now on our Kickstarter, and you can see that we got 32 backers. We got 14 days to go. Now, you will see that we don't have 32 people on the wheel. That's because some people already won previous days, and so therefore I took them off the wheel because we're trying to share the love. We don't want one person winning them all. And so it's 32 minus the people who already won. So if you don't see your name on the wheels because you already probably won one of the days before, go check those other live streams there. So you might see this like, oh, you have already over $3,000. The goal is $3,000. Something that people always ask me is like, Wayne, you already have your goal. Why do you need any more backers? The reason why we look for more backers is, one, because we want to get our comic books to you, and then two, because $3,000 is the amount that we set on Kickstarter as the minimum goal. So it's not the maximum goal, it's the minimum goal for what it would take for us to bring this to print. So with my printer, it costs about $3,000 to go to print. And so obviously we don't want to just print it. We want to be able to get a little ahead, be able to have a little extra so that it can compensate our time, as well as cover things like shipping, cover things like advertisement, cover things like being able to afford like these giveaways and stuff like that. And so your support really helps a lot. Also, by you just backing us on Kickstarter, it helps to boost us in the algorithm on Kickstarter. It lets other people who don't know about this see it. And then all of that really, really helps. So even if you're not a comic book fan, feel free to support us, get the comic, and even use it as a tool to give to somebody else that you think would appreciate it, because that would be a witness to somebody else and will be a help to us. So I really hope that you can do that. Kickstarter is basically a funding campaign that basically collects donations as well as basically sets you up for a pre-order that you can be able to get the comic. There's a bunch of rewards that you can select and you can choose it there. So like I said, right now we're going to be spinning the wheel for the comic book Dominion. That is something, if you don't win today, you can find it on Terminus. If you don't remember that, you can go to our updates and you can see that with our latest update, you'll see that we announce it. That's day 15 out of 28. And you can see that right here, you have the website. So if you go to terminusmedia.com, you can actually find their website where you have their comic books available for purchase if you're not able to win today. So go ahead and back our Kickstarter, back this project to support us. And also I encourage you to take a look at what Terminus Media has going on. So without further ado, let us spin this wheel so that we can see who won today's bonus digital comic. All right, let's spin it. All right. It's spinning, and the winner is Veronica. All right, Veronica, you are the lucky winner today. You are not just getting our comic book, because I know you pledged to get our comic book, but you're not only getting our comic book, but you're going to get a digital copy of Dominion, The Fall of the House of Saul by Terminus Media. That's really awesome. I thank you for your support. I really hope that all the rest of you support us. Anybody watching, you support us on DanielDreamgazer.com and on our Kickstarter. So let's find out what is the next giveaway, because every weekday we have another giveaway. What's the giveaway for tomorrow. As you can see, May 31st, that was the free comic giveaway. And tomorrow is June 1st, day 16. And we are going to be doing a print copy of a comic strip that I made back in college called All Out for One. That's not a raffle. Every single physical tier backer. In other words, anybody who buys the comic on Kickstarter, the physical comic on Kickstarter, when I mail out the comic book to you, I will also mail out to you a printed copy of the comic strip All Out for One. So there's no luck involved with that. Every single backer that is doing a physical tier will be getting it, and so you will be automatically getting that giveaway. What happens after that? You got to find out. We got 9 more bonus awards to be announced. So the earlier you pledge, the more rewards you can get. So don't waste any time. Back us today. Back us as soon as you can, because then you're going to be able to get not just your comic book from Kickstarter, but you'll also be able to get all types of awesome giveaways and raffles. And so just simply go to danieldreamgazer.com and you can participate and you can get our comic as well as some other awesome bonus rewards. Thank you guys, and see you in the next live stream. Bye now.